What's your boy? What's good? It's your boy Tron. Listen, I saw a video on Facebook not too long ago, about 5 minutes ago, from, I believe, Black Owned Guns, or forget the Facebook channel name, but basically it was a stitched together video, basically explaining why you should carry one in your chamber. And about Glock safeties. Basically, the video that he was referring to was a guy sitting in a car basically explaining how he puts his Glock on safety. So I was like, I kind of want to make a YouTube video now, basically surrounding around that video, why you should carry one in the chamber, why Glocks don't have manual safeties, or yeah, basically. And some other tips and bits. First off, let's start this video on, hold on, 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. So basically I wanted to start off this video, going over, start the video with the 4 safety rules. Number 1, treat every firearm as if it is loaded. Meaning, we don't just wave guns around willy-nilly. We don't point them at people. We don't point them at our heads for fucking Instagram clicks and Facebook clicks and video clicks. We don't do none of that. Second one, never point a firearm at anything you're not willing to destroy. So that means basically I don't point this gun at my head if I'm not willing to destroy myself. Or I don't point it at my friend for a Facebook picture if I'm not willing to destroy him. These are dangerous weaponry. Yes, they can be fun, but at the end of the day, they can be dangerous in the wrong hands. Number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until you are ready to shoot. Okay? Simply means we just take, if you're left-handed, right-handed, whatever finger you use to pull that bang switch, if you ain't ready to shoot, don't put your finger on the trigger. And number four, be sure of your target and what's beyond it. Basically means if I am in here dry firing and I only dry fire in my bathroom, that's the only place I dry fire, and I recommend that for anybody. If you're going to dry fire, pick a place in your house with an exterior wall and basically know what's beyond. So here in my bathroom, the way it's set up, I have my shower over there, and that's where I point my firearm. I have tape or little stickies on the back of the shower that I can directly point my firearm at for target presentation and give me something to aim at. Now beyond that wall are wooded area. So there's trees. So if for some reason a live round gets in my chamber and I don't know about it, and I pull the trigger and it goes off and it sends round to that wall, if it does go to that wall, it will hit trees before it hits anybody's house. Okay? Now, for no reason at all, there should be no live ammunition in the place you are dry firing. Let's start there. So, if I go to dry fire, which I have my concealed carry pistol here in its holster, there's live ammunition in this mag, there's live ammunition in this mag. What you should be doing is taking these mags. Hopefully you have at least 3 to 4 mags. I recommend you having 3 to 4 mags. More the better. But I have 4 right now, working on getting some more. These are my 2 live round mags. I'll take these. And put them out on my kitchen or my my little box I got out there. For that reason, I don't want any live rounds near me. I don't want to make no mistakes of loading a live round into my gun. So, what I would do next, I guess this video is going to be about Dryfire too. Like I said, I have 2 clear mags. You know they're clear when you can see your follower. This one has a black follower. This one has a orange follower. These are empty. So these are the ones I work with when I'm dry firing. Alright. So, again, treat every gun like it is loaded. Be sure you know your target and what's beyond it. Never point a gun at anything you're willing to destroy. Keep your finger off the trigger. Those are the 4 universal gun safety models you should know by heart. If anybody asks you what they are, you should know them right off the top of your head. They should be ingrained like the ABCs. Okay? All right. So let's get to how do you dry fire? Let's start there. All right. So I'll tell you how I dry fire. You can watch videos of dry fire from anybody, but this is how I do it. So what I do is I basically, if I'm working on reloads, because sometimes I have tile, well, not sometimes, I have tile on my floor, so I don't really, yeah, they're empty, but I don't want the chance of breaking my tile on the floor. Not sure that would happen. This one's messed up a little bit. Just noticed that. Huh, I might have to check that out. I think that's why that one was giving me problems. Sorry, sidetrack. ADHD brain. But if you're going to dry fire, do you need a holster? No, not necessarily. But if you want to work on drawing from concealment, if you're a concealed carrier or drawing from strong side, whatever, how you open carry, I don't recommend it. But if you open carry, that's on you. But basically, I come in, put my belt on, stick this in my pants. Again, unload it, verify that it's cleared. And then, like I said, if I'm working on reloads, I'll leave one magazine out so I don't have to drop that mag on the ground. Yeah, I could lay something down, but if I'm trying to be quick about it, I'll just leave it without the mag inside the firearm and just put my plus 1 mag in the sidecar or whatever you want to call this. And then I'll go to work. I'll draw, boom, I'll push my button like I'm trying to register a reload, grab a mag, reload it. Again, you don't necessarily need a holster to dry fire, but it is recommended so you can get both of both worlds. You can get holstering, unholstering, reholstering, positioning the gun from the holster, or however you carry, and then also just getting familiar with your holster setup. Now, and that's how I would dry fire. I always put my belt on, put on my concealed carry. That's primarily how I carry my gun, is concealed. I have a sealed CHP, which is concealed handgun permit here in Virginia. But yeah, again, put my belt on, throw my belt on, put that in my pants, and I start working on drawing, reloads. Sometimes I'll try to work on malfunctions, and that's where come on out here. And that's where these come into play. Get yourself snap caps. There's all types of brands. There's a brand right now that makes real how can I say this? They make real snap caps. And basically what I mean about that, they are a real casing, real, I believe, projectile, but it doesn't shoot. It doesn't do anything. There's no powder, nothing like that. It just has the weight of a real bullet. That way, when you load your firearm up with it, it feels real. With these are lightweight, so they don't kind of feel real in my gun. But You don't have to necessarily get those. You can get these. You can get whatever company you want. Just get you some of these. I had like 5 of them, but I lost 2. Need to get some more. But basically, what that allows you to do is have something in the chamber that your firing pin or striker can strike. And what I mean by that is, all right. So again, no magazine. You can see my eye. You can see nothing in the chamber. I can stick my finger in the chamber and there's nothing. Okay, so this firearm is unloaded. Okay, again, now that I know it's unloaded, I still keep my trigger finger down the frame of the gun. I do not touch my trigger until I'm ready to shoot. Okay. But basically, I would come in, load one in here. Now, see? Now my striker has something it can hit against. Because sometimes with some guns that can destroy the spring that's inside the weapon, the firing pin string or striker spring, it can destroy it. I haven't had that happen, but there you go. But as you can see, as I racked the slide back, it got caught here. This is technically a malfunction. This is what you would call a, damn, what's the name? Forget the name of malfunction. But basically, to clear it, you would do a tap, rack, and then at that point, you already have a round in your mag, so that will send the slide home. Or if you don't, you can, boom, drop the mag, push the reload, and run your slide home. All right. Again, sorry I don't know the actual name of the malfunction. I'll put it down in the comments below or the description below. Who cares? But that's dry firing. Just make sure you don't have any live ammunition, blah, blah. Next topic is carrying one in the chamber. When I leave this house, because this firearm, it gets unloaded when I walk in the house, I'll come in the bathroom, unload, make sure it's safe. If I'm going to wear it, I'll stick the gun back in my pants with the mag and nothing in the chamber. And I would carry it throughout the house that way. Or I'll just sit it in my bathroom on my counter because my kids know gun safety. They know not to touch it. They know not to handle it. They know not to look at it. They know not to even think about it. But yeah, one in the chamber. What is one in the chamber? So, let's say I'm sitting here, I'm loading my magazine up because I'm getting ready to go out somewhere. I don't know where. But insert my mag, rack a slide into the chamber, and then at that point, I would top off my mag with the another round. That will give me 20 rounds because this has a +5 base plate on it, so I can get 20 rounds in this magazine. All right. So now there's one in the chamber. You can verify that by press checking, and you see the red and the brass. All right. Now stick this in my pants, in my holster, and I'll have 15 plus 1 in the chamber. Now I have 16 rounds to get down with. Why I recommend carrying with fun in the chamber, you will not have time to rack that slide like you think you will in a stressful, threatening situation. You just won't have time. Can you train for it? Sure. Just like you can train for a gun with a manual safety. This does not have a manual safety. There's no safety on the outside of this firearm. My safety is my finger. It has a drop safety within inside the firearm, and then it also has a trigger safety. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a little plastic piece there in between the housing of the trigger shoe here that allows. So as you can see, if I don't depress that, you can see in the back it doesn't allow the trigger to go forward. But as soon as I depress that, Okay, it allows that round or the firearm to go off because I depressed the safety trigger safety. Okay. Um, why do I recommend? Again, the reason I recommend carrying one in the chamber is you won't have time to rack that slot like you think you do in a stressful, threatening situation. Um, Because if somebody's already got the drop on you, there's no reason you should pulling your firearm in the first place. They're trying to get your wallet, keys, whatever. Just give it to them. Those things are replaceable. Your life is not. Um, you don't want to get shot trying to pull out your gun. You may get it out, but you're getting shot. And I don't want to be shot. But in that case, carry one in the chamber. All right, cool. That's simple and sweet. And that's why I feel like you should carry one in the chamber. There's tons of videos out there of people timing themselves, basically pulling the firearm from concealment or whatnot, and then also racking the slide to see the time difference. There's not really all the videos I've watched. There's not really a big time difference. It's just on the simple fact that in a stressful situation, a threatening situation, the mind goes into what's called fight or flight. Um, Somebody runs up on you, threatening you, hey, I want your money, I want your money, I want your money, I want your wallet, blah, blah, blah. You're going to become stressed. Adrenaline is going to start to fill the body. It's going to dump into your body, and you're going to start to forget things. And some of those things are the training that you took prior uh, to the situation. And what I mean by that, let's say you train, and you get in that stressful situation, your mind is going to resort back to that training. Now, if you don't train and all you do is carry a gun and thinking you don't need training because all you got to do is pull a trigger, you're full of shit. You're lying to your fucking self. Dryfire, live fire, training from drawing from concealment if you're a concealed carrier, training from strong side if you are a open carrier, because at the end of the day, that's where you have to carry a strong side or whatever, depending on if you left or right. That when you open carry, that gun has to be visible 360 degrees field of view of the firearm if you're open carry. So people that carry appendix but open carry, you can't do that. Technically, you cannot do that. That's why I recommend concealed carry for if you can, if you have the ability to get your CHP, concealed carry. It gives you the ultimate surprise. Nobody sees it, so you don't get any weird stares, people telling you to leave, blah, blah. And technically, those gun-free zone signs you see in like restaurants and bars and shit like that, you can't take it in there when you open carry. When I conceal carry, they don't know I have this. There's nobody knows I have this unless I say, "Hey, I'm concealed carrying," or for some reason my shirt lifts up and whatever. But technically, with me, that doesn't happen because I wear bigger, one size bigger shirts. So I normally wear a medium, but I'll grab a large just so it covers the firearm, and I'll lift my hands up just so I can make sure it does not present my firearm when I don't want it to. But yeah, one in the chamber and dry fire. Number 3 is I kind of touched on it a little bit, but Glocks have safeties. Yes, they have safeties. Most striker fires have safeties. Not most. I wouldn't say most. All of them have a safety, whether that be drop safe, trigger safe, grip safe. So you'll have like the Springfield XD9s and the XDs. They have a grip safety, kind of like the 1911 does, where you have to get a full purchase on the firearm, depress that grip safety, make sure your fingers on the trigger where you can actually pull the trigger and it actually engages. You have a striker safety, so if you were ever to drop it or bang it, it doesn't just automatically go off. Same thing with the drop safety. If you drop it, it doesn't allow the striker or the firing pin to drop and hit the round. Um, just to give you a kind of idea how it works is now I have snap cap in there. I'm able to pull the trigger. So what happens when I pull the trigger? When I pull the trigger, alright, so when I pull the trigger, okay, what's going to happen is there's a firing pin. This lug here is the firing pin. So what'll happen is when I pull the trigger, it drops the safety, the internal safety, to allow the firing pin to go forward to hit the primer. What is the primer? Quick little lesson. That little, let's see if I can get it to focus here. That center piece right there with the dot there, that is your primer. What is a primer? A primer, what happens is your firing pin or striker will hit that primer. That will initiate a spark. The gunpowder within inside the casing will ignite, and that will cause a mini explosion. It's a controlled explosion. That's what happens when you fire a handgun, rifle, shotgun. There is a mini explosion happening in your hands. It is very controlled. So let me see. I think I got one. Yep, I got one right here. All right, so this is a real casing. All right, my live ammunition's out there. So this is a real casing. You can see it has a silver primer, and you can see that it is black inside. That's carbon. That's where the powder, the gunpowder, is in-housed. And then on top of that, you will have a projectile, or what you call a bullet or round. What happens when you pull the trigger? That will initiate a mini explosion, and that will send the round down range or through the barrel of the firearm. So it will send a round down this barrel. So it sits like this. So this is how the round sits in the firearm. And then when you shoot, the extractor will pull that casing out. So let's do it like this. So this is, again, real casing, real primer, blah, blah, blah. So again, what will happen is it will pull that. It will look just like this with no round. The round is already just spent down the barrel. And then it will push another round in into the chamber, and then you're ready to shoot again. And that there is called semi-automatic. You have to press the trigger for each round to go down range. A full automatic, there's just a press to the rear of the firearm with the trigger, and that will allow that round to go fully automatic. So with the switches on Glocks, the reason they don't like it is because it turns it into a full automatic weapon, which are illegal in some states. Yes, you can get them, but you have to figure out, you have to fill out certain forms. You have to have certain, I believe, certifications. I'm not too sure. I just know how they work. But anyways, again, that spits around out, round goes downrange. And that's how a semi-modern, semi-automatic works. Again, you have to press the trigger every time you want that firearm to fire. Now, they do have what's called FRTs, which is a force reset trigger. So basically, to kind of show you, let's put this back together. If you want to know how to take a firearm apart, I can make a video about that too. Gun is got carbon all over my hands and shit. So what was I talking about? Fuck, lost my train of thought. God dang it. I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Shit. ADHD brain. Fuck. Anyways, I forgot what I was talking about, but oh yeah, semi-automatic. So yeah, so basically every time I want this firearm to go bang, I have to pull the trigger. As you can see, it does not reset. When you see a trigger to the rear like this, it is not ready to shoot. It will not shoot. See, and not until that reciprocating mass of the slide goes back and then goes forward again. That's when the round is pressed into the chamber, and you hear that audible click. That is a semi-automatic weapon. What the FRT does is when you shoot, it force resets the trigger, so it pushes the trigger forward, allowing you to shoot faster. That's basically what FRT is. It allows you to shoot faster. And it kind of seems like a full automatic weapon, but again, it takes each press still to fire the FRT, just like a semi-automatic. How does it work when you're loading your firearm? So, as you see, I have a dummy round, nothing in the chamber. Let's say I was getting ready to go out, right? So the way this works is when I rack the slide back, as you see, it's pushing it's pushing around up. So what'll happen is, I don't know if you can see. So I don't have my flashlight in here. But see that feed ramp right there? So what happens is that round goes up that feed ramp. See if I can. Goes up the feed ramp and then inserts itself in the chamber. And again, I'm ready to shoot. Pull the trigger. That will rack the slide back, spitting that casing out and putting another one in. So I'm ready to shoot again. All right. And that's short little video on how why you should carry one in the chamber, why you should dry fire, how a modern semi-automatic pistol works, how a trigger works, how the Glock switch works, how the FRT works in simple terms. You can go very into depth with these things. Watching other videos, if you want me to go more into depth, let me know in the comments down below, and I can. But I just wanted to make a short video. I was inspired again by a video I saw on Facebook. So I was like, hey, why not make a video real quick, get some content out there. Because I'm struggling. I'm struggling with this YouTube thing on what I should post, how I should post it. Same thing with Instagram. That's why you don't see me post every day on Instagram, is because like I am technically working with one gun here. I had to sell everything last year for money because I was down and out. We needed the money, and family comes first. I will never sell a firearm ever again. If I get down and bad again, which I should not be, because I need to put things in place to allow me to continue on with life when I am not working. But anyways, I had to sell everything, but I just recently got the RXM, put about 1,000 rounds through it, made sure it fed, made sure whatever ammunition I put into it, it was good to go. But yeah, I'm only working with one firearm, so that's kind of why I haven't why I don't post every day. But I do want to actually get a FCU for a 365. That way, that can kind of be my my summer carry. Because honestly, even with, I don't really care about printing. I've been carrying for a long time, so I really don't care about printing. Plus, everybody around me is usually in their own little world anyway, not paying attention to me. And that goes for anybody. If you're carrying and you're thinking about carrying concealed and you're worried about printing, Now, if you're printing and it's obviously you can tell you have a firearm, then you need to work on that. Now, if it's like this little tip is causing you to see a corner, nobody's really expecting that to be a gun. It could be a phone, it could be a pacemaker, whatever. It could be whatever. It doesn't automatically have to be a firearm. But yeah. If you want more tips on concealed carry, or just handling a firearm in general, hit me up in my messages, or you can hit me up on IG. You can hit me up on YouTube. I'm gonna try to get some more content out there. Again, I don't be knowing what to post, so I feel like there's a lot of people that can teach this better than I can. But one of y'all might resonate with me and like how I teach, so I guess I'm gonna throw some simple teaching methods or teaching of handling firearms. I am in the works of trying to become, not trying, or in the works of becoming a firearms instructor. Um, a few classes I gotta take first before I can get that certificate. Now, does that mean just because you go and get those certifications that you're automatically a good instructor? No. You have to know how to teach. You have to know how people learn. So therefore, I'm going to take additional classes to learn how to teach in that type of field, how people learn as an adult. So therefore, there's a bunch of classes I'll be taking, a bunch of trainings I'll be taking to become a firearms instructor. I have to look it up, but I'm not sure of how that works in so I don't know if I have to be an instructor to teach an actual class, which I actually need to look up so I don't get myself in trouble. But what I can do is make quick videos like this one on handling a firearm safety, even kind of like tactics. I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. I'm not LE, law enforcement. I'm not military. I'm just a regular guy that wants to protect himself and his family. Um, and I like guns. Reverse. I love guns. I think they are fun. I think they are stress reliever. I love going to the gun range. I love shooting. I love training. I love Dryfire. I love everything about guns. With that said, this video is getting ready to be over. Last thing I want to say, if you are a carrier of a firearm, whether that be concealed, open carry, off the body carry, in the purse carry, in the car carrier, it don't matter. If you have to use that firearm, 9 times out of 10, you are getting arrested until that investigation is thoroughly investigated and that it was a good shoot. Now, some cases you can have a good shoot and nothing happens. You go about your day, blah, blah, blah. But most of the time, that gun is getting taken. It's going through forensics. It's going to sit in a fucking evidence room for 6 months or however long it takes them to do this investigation. So, those people that carry fucking $3,000 fucking pistols or $3,000 2011s. Is it cool to carry? Hell yeah, it's cool to carry a 2011. I want a 2011. I just don't. I just can't drop that type of money right now. If you don't have, but with that gun is going to an evidence room, rather if you like it or not. So that $3,000 gun that you carry with, it's going to see its days in the evidence room. You may not even give it back. So now you're down $3,000 because you wanted to carry looking cool rather than carrying to protect yourself and your family. Glock, Ruger, which this is a Gen 3 Glock clone. So Ruger and Magpul came together and created a frame and slide to do a Gen 3 Glock clone. There's other Glock clones out there like Zev Technologies. Bull Barrel has a Gen 3 clone. It's a lot of clones out there for Glock. You also have M&P. Thank you. You also have M&P. You have Ruger makes another line of pistols. You got tons of choices out there. Just go into the gun store, put it in your hands, and actually feel how it fits in your hand. Like the 365, I believe the XL and the Macro, yo, those fit in my hand like gloves, like truly gloves. That's why I'm working on getting an FCU so I can get a frame and a slide and put that together, and that'll be my summer carry because it's a little bit smaller. Won't have to worry about printing too much. But yeah, train, shoot, dry fire, enjoy guns, treat them with respect, because the moment you disrespect the firearm is the moment somebody gets hurt. And I don't want to see that for anybody. Put God first, put family first, put yourself first, get your mental in check, get your emotions in check. See y'all in the next video.